we at? Where we at? So this is now round 4 of the Vintage Challenge. We're playing against Adam Yurchik, who typically plays the last winning PO list. So I would assume that Condescend's probably on like a Cook style PO list. And I'm pretty sure they like top 8'd maybe last week. Hey, look, it's that hand that has Hollow 1 Daredevil and no enablers. Do you keep this hand, though? You might still keep this hand. I still have a lot going on here. I actually think this is keepable. I was thinking I might just go C Pearl, repeal my Pearl. That's 2 mana. See if I draw a Moxen. Maybe cycle my Hollow 1. I don't know. It just seems like this is good. Like start though. Like 1 Mox Opal. It's like a slow, not the most powerful hand. Any Riddlesmith or Bazaar makes this hand very good. I think I'm gonna keep it. I don't think this is a great hand by any means, but I do think it's worth keeping. I really dislike to pitch hands that have like a really solid PO base. This isn't a really solid PO base. This is a shaky PO base, but I'm just gonna repeal this, see what we draw. Island, not the best, but also not the worst. I'm gonna cycle this. Hollow 1. Alright, so we have the full suite of PO mana now. We have the ability to cast this Daredevil. We'll have 5 mana next turn, so we'll be 1 short of Cruise. Not really the worst place to be. I don't think that's like a really strong choice because opponent is likely to be on PO, but we can try. If we draw, like, I held this Opal because if we draw Riddlesmith, maybe I was supposed to hold the Ruby too, but I think there's like some upside to deploying a Ruby blind like this. Alright, opponent is POing off. Yeah, okay. We need to do something powerful, because clearly opponent's doing things powerful. Force is a little late here. I think what I'm going to do is just deploy an Oval Chase Daredevil, unfortunately. At the very least, this blocks Monastery Mentor, so... The big problem is if opponent has PO and I have to force it, then... we have nothing happening anymore. We can draw our own PO, though, so there's some upside. If they had their own force, then we were just always going to lose this game. So opponent had 3 Moxen, Monastery Mentor, PO with force backup, so that's just vintage. We would have had to mulligan to Tinker with force backup to win this game, probably. Maybe we should have. I thought our hand was pretty good. It enabled us to do a lot of the powerful things with our current mana base, but... This is why you play Monastery Mentor. It's kind of the nuts. Easily the best creature ever printed. So we still have a shot here. If they choose not to attack for some reason, then we have maybe we even don't block because... Jesus Christ. Alright, opponent. That's a pretty reasonable draw. You have another PO. Alright, opponent hit the top 1% of PO draws here, so... That's insane. I was gonna say, we have like the ability to draw PO here and still win the game. But now they probably have their own force, so... Yeah, and that's just the PO mirror in Vintage. It's just kind of a shit show. Wow. I think opponent's actually killing me here with Time Walk. As long as they have found a land at some point in this game. Or in this shit. Yep, we're dead. Pretty incredible. Like, just in the top, the really high percentage of PO draws. Not much I can do. Besides mold to a better hand, which is actually a reasonable thing to consider. Could have mold to a more powerful hand. And maybe I should have. If I had blind, I definitely probably would not have blinded. Interesting. Alright, so I'm going to bring in Fluster and Trap and Caracas. And then I'm going to take out Repeal and... What was the other card I took out last time? Map? No, we wanted Map for Caracas. What was the other card I took out? Island is what we took out? Did we want to actually take out Island, though? That was the question. Is that actually a good idea? It's fine. That's probably just not fine because the amount of lands we play is so low. Maybe it's just like... Maybe it is just Expedition Map. I just have the Caracas out, but I don't need to find it, maybe. Especially because they're on like 1 Lavinia or 2 Lavinia tops. Maybe just having the out is nice. Alright, so here we've got pretty reasonable starting hand. Definitely going to keep. I think I am going to go Island, Crypt, Riddlesmith. It's a little awkward because of our Bazaar and stuff, but I think it's the most powerful line. Obviously, if this gets forced, I'm sad, but whatever. Alright, so here I get to discard my Daredevil. We're looking to draw a blue card, obviously. That doesn't do anything right now. So we're just going to pass it back. We can always draw a blue card if we need to, off our top, maybe. But we have a pretty solid next turn as well, so... Alright, goes to us. Do we upkeep top here? I think so. I think it's pretty important to be doing this. Nice draw. Alright, discard my Daredevil, Druid Ancestral, turn my Daredevil, probably activate Bazaar. Cast Hollow One. I think I'm gonna cast this Time Walk. If it gets flustered or pyroblasted, I think that's okay. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just supposed to pass. What is this? This must be fluster then. Oh, it's Vamp. Okay, you can Vamp. Does that mean I'm getting tinkered on my next turn here? Just Vamp Fluster. See. Well, I think we should be in good shape then if they're going to try to tinker us on the next turn, because we do have Force. Maybe we should just draw with our top now to see what we have. See if we have a blue card. Okay. I guess it doesn't really matter. Maybe there's no reason to do that. I mean, we're going to always draw with our top, so maybe it's not a big deal. At least I get to keep my Ancestral this way. Demonic? Sure. They demonicked and they vamped. Should I just force this Lotus? Are they gonna like... Maybe they're just going for Breach combo? Alright, I'm just gonna force this Lotus. Alright, I think they went for Breach. So this is free. And then Ancestral. Bizarre. I don't think they have a force or anything, so I'm just going to jam my Tinker here. Oh, this is Citadel. I hit a Yogwell. That's lethal. Is that? Yeah, it should be lethal. I can discard some of these. They're not going to matter. Obviously, they go away, which is annoying, but I'm going to Time Walk and kill my opponent here. Ancestral Ponder to Fairy. All right. The beats, chat. Look at those beats. Look at those beats. I am the aggro deck. All right, cool. So that went pretty well. We successfully played around Magic the Gathering cards and attacked with creatures, like the good guys that we are. Do we want to change anything? I don't really think so. Run it back. All right, can we get a game 3 win here? That would be ideal. Maybe we should go. That was definitely a much better hand. This hand is so bad. Hand is really bad, even though it has Force Trap. Like, these cards are just unplayable. It's really sad, because I definitely would love to keep a Force Trap hand. Do they keep their hand? Oh, they mulliganed as well. This hand is much better. Do I want to keep Bazaar, I guess is the question. I think we just keep, and we just get rid of Bruise, and if we hit a Moxon... Oh, what do we do, chat? Should get rid of this Bazaar? No, then our Cruise is dead. This Bazaar is really bad, though. That's the really problem here. I have to get rid of one of the two, I think. Like, I have to get rid of Bazaar or Cruise. And I guess getting rid of Cruise makes the most sense, because if I get rid of Bazaar, then my Cruise is dead. I think we're just gonna die, probably. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't really know what the line here where we win the game is. I'm a little scared. Cruise is blue. Cruise is blue. Opponent's holding up Pyroblast. Definitely am not going to jam a PO into this. I am going to hold back my Opal for Riddlesmith. I kind of wish I just gotten rid of the Bazaar now, but What am I gonna do? Okay, alright. So they definitely have a Pyroblast. Almost assuredly. That's a great draw. I'm just going to go for like an end step PO. Do I play out the Bazaar? Does it do anything for me? No. Well, yeah, it does. In case I do like resolve the PO, then I can do a Bazaar at the end step. All right, is it worth it to PO into this open Pyroblast? Probably. We could have played around that by waiting. Yeah, there's no way I can do anything here, so we're just looking to draw another PO. We have the ability to Bazaar for a PO. That's a good draw too, right? Well, is this a good draw? I think I would rather activate Bazaar. Time Vault PO. Hollow one. It makes more sense to play the Riddlesmith than the Hollow. Does it? Maybe it makes more sense to play the Hollow one. With no current oval chases. This is going to be a clock. Can't be Pyroblasted. Alright, we'll play a Hollow one. So next turn we'll... Oh, I got Force. Okay. Next turn we'll upkeep Bazaar for oval chases, and then... Is this Lavinia? No, this is Ancestral. I guess we're dead. So they didn't have Blast, they just had Fluster. Now they have Ancestral. So we're probably dead to that unless we draw our own Ancestral. We drew a Daredevil. Bad timing. I'm gonna hold it though. Definitely want to hold it in our hand so that I have an ability to Bazaar next turn. They must have another Pyroblast because they didn't cast Ancestral on the end step there. I think we're just dead because opponent hit a Merchant Scroll and we didn't, right? We hit Riddlesmiths because our deck's bad. And now opponent just combos off and kills us. That's how it is, I guess. Opponent kept an all interaction hand and we hit too much air. PO mirror, baby. Maybe I wasn't supposed to PO into the open Flusterstorm at end of turn, but if I had drawn like my own PO, then I would just... I mean, they had a Force of Will too, so it didn't matter. This is just like Yogg-Will, right? Oh, it's just Tinker? Sure, whatever. It's all just kind of unfortunate. Oh, they missed. They actually bricked here. So it's either a Force of Will or a land or a misstep. We have a chance, chat. We just need to hit Time Vault, probably, is what we really want to hit. Why can't we just draw action? Oh, it's so bad. We just die. So sad. We had so many Bazaar activations too. Like we dug just as deep as they did, and they cast Ancestral Recall. We dug just as deep as they did, but we just hit a bunch of garbage because our deck is full of a bunch of garbage. We needed to not draw a bunch of Riddlesmiths. Yeah. Bad deck building, I guess. What's a guy to do? I just bricked too many times. They left a Pyroblast on top? I would have gone through. I think that's absurd. Oh man, okay, sure. Whatever. I feel like we would win this game most of the time. I really needed to hit a Time Vault, I guess, off that Bazaar activation because I had Pyroblast on the top. Jesus Christ, sure. It's pretty much impossible to lose or to have them pass again with an active Strand. Oh, they have a top, so we're just actually stone cold dead now. It's a rough way to go. But that's the PO mirror, especially when I'm not on Pyroblast. Yeah, basically, if these Riddlesmiths were real magic cards, we would probably be fine, like Preordains. I don't think we made any mistakes. Besides maybe like not besides maybe like keeping our game one hand, that might have been a mistake. We just needed to hit restricted cards off Bazaar and we hit Riddlesmiths instead. Opponent does need to find Yogwill or Breach and have enough life to cast it or enough mana to cast it, but I just think that's I don't think that's like I think oh god, yeah. I mean yeah. How's it going, Reba? Ban PO. Wait a second. Actually, if they just don't hit a Force of Will and we top deck exactly Time Vault, that's a way out. They're at 4 life, so they can't really cast too many cards off the top of their library anymore. It's kind of unlikely they're going to be able to Time Walk this turn. We can cast Vault. We have 2 lands. You're wrong. You are wrong. They should just activate their Narset and find a forest, but they might already have a forest, so. They might want to just bounce my key. That would be annoying. I will play to the top deck Time Vault, though. Wish I had Lightning Bolt. I haven't, if I had played my Oval Chase Daredevil, I would have won this game, right? No, they would have bounced it. Kind of sad. About to say I could make it unblockable and attack. Alright, here's their Narset activation. They didn't reveal Force of Will. Played my out. Oh. That's game, right? No, how much mana do they have? This puts them to 1. If they had cast that off the top of their library, they would have killed them. Now they can't force, though. Oh, they get Lotus. And then they Yagwell. I'm gonna let them play it out if they accidentally cast something off the top or. Yeah, opponent found Ancestral off of Merchant Scroll, and we found Riddlesmith off Bazaar, and that was the that's the strong difference in Magic the Gathering power level. To be fair, like if we had Bazared into Merchant Scroll, we probably wouldn't have won anyways because they had so much counter magic, but. We basically just they found an Ancestral to go with their all counter magic hand, right? Ancestral's pretty good like that. I don't play a Mental Misstep in this deck. I just don't feel like I usually have the cards for it. I usually just don't have the density of cards that I need. Force of Despair actually doesn't do it because there's a Teferi in play. No mana vault, no mana crypt, no dice. No dice. So the only thing we could really have realistically done is one game one, right? That's like the only change we could have really made. And to do that, we would have had to mulligan our medium hand. And we basically had to mull into a turn one win with force backup because they had a turn one win with force backup. Ow. Alright, chat. Was there a time vault on the top of the library? There was not. And then 3. One more redraw. We just we got just nothing. We just had stone cold nothing going on for us. Alright. Well, we gotta win our last 2 rounds now. Guess we'll queue up for a game while we wait. It's not really winning the dice roll because we won the dice roll in game 1. We just had a really bad hand, right? So like if we just win our game on the play in game 1, then we have a better shot, right? And the dice roll in that game in game 3 being on the play draw didn't really matter either. All that mattered was my Bazaar has to find a powerful card that they have to counter, you know? But my Bazaar just found a bunch of Riddle Smiths, so